Alright guys, welcome back to week 5, day 1. This is our part 2. We're going to pick right back up where we left off. Alright, so let's look at our next problem. It says, read the problem below to explore the different ways to estimate mass. Remember, estimating is making an educated guess. We want to get as close as possible to the correct answer. So it says, Jamie bought a bag of flour at the store. Estimate the mass of the bag of flour. So we need to figure out or estimate about how much this bag of flour weighs. So you can use models to help you estimate the mass of an object. Jamie picked up 2 books shown below. Then he picked up the bag of flour. The books and the bag of flour seem to have about the same mass. Again, remember, mass equals weight. Mass is weight, so they weigh about the same amount. Alright, you can also use a balance scale to help you estimate the mass of an object. So remember, this is what we talked about earlier, where I said you put an object here, and whatever one is heavier, that one will go down. If they're equal, they stay at the same level. Jamie put the bag of flour on one side of the balance scale and some 1 kilogram and 10 gram weights on the other side. You can see it takes about 2 1 kilogram weights, that's this one and this one, and 3 10 gram weights. So here's a 10, here's a 10, and here's a 10 to balance the scale. Alright, number 2 says, look at picture. Explain why Jamie used books instead of paper clips to help him estimate the mass of the bag of flour. So remember, we talked about 1 paper clip is a gram, whereas 1 book equals 1 kilogram. So we've all seen bags of flour. They're pretty heavy. Why do you think he would have used a book and not paper clips? Alright, good job guys, because it would take paper clips are too light, and it would take too many paper clips. I don't think any of us have enough paper clips in the world to equal the bags of flour. So it would take too many paper clips to equal the bag of flour. Okay, now number 3. It says, the mass of each book is about 1 kilogram. Estimate the mass of the bag of flour. Explain how you did it. So if 1 book equals 1 kilogram, that means this book also equals 1 kilogram, which means altogether, if we add up the mass of both books, it's going to give us 2 kilograms. Which means the flour, if they're equal, if these 2 books have the same weight as the bag of flour, that means the flour also weighs what? 2 kilograms. Good job. Alright, so it says, estimate the mass of the bag of flour. Explain how you did it. So what is it? The mass of the flour is about, we always say about because we're estimating and we don't have an exact weight. So about lets whoever is looking or reading your answer know that you are estimating. It's about 2, and remember kg also stands for kilograms, so we don't have to write it out. Alright, I found my answer by adding the mass of the 2 books. Each book weighs 1 kilogram, so all together the books weigh 2 kilograms. If the books and the flour weigh the same, that means the flour is also about 2 kilograms. Good job. Again, pause so that way you have time to write your answer. Number 4. Look at the balance scale and model it. The two sides of the scale are balanced, so it shows the actual mass of the bag of flour. What is the actual mass of the bag of flour? So because you see they're the same, one side is not higher than the other, that means it weighs the same. So now we need to figure out how much the flour actually weighs. So we have 1 kilogram here and 1 kilogram here. So far that's 1 kilogram plus 1 kilogram equals 2 kilograms. Now we can't mix our grams. That's a separate one. Okay? So remember, these are 10 grams each. So this is 10, 20, 30 grams. Alright? So again, because these have two different units of measurement, we cannot bring them together and say it's 32 kilograms. What we will say is it's 2 kilograms and 30 grams. Okay? So for your answer, what is the actual mass of the flour? 2 kilograms and 30 grams. That's all you need. This is still number 4. Sorry. So now the next part says, is the estimate you made in problem 3 close to the actual mass? So remember, we said it was about 2 kilograms. The actual mass is 2 kilograms and 30 grams. So were we close? Yeah, we were just 30 grams off, which remember is only like 30 paper clips. So we weren't too far off. So yes, my estimate was close. Period. Number 5. We're almost done for today, guys. Explain how you could estimate the mass of a plastic fork. So we've all seen plastic forks. We use them at school. So we know they're pretty light. So remember, if we scroll back up to the top, our hardcover book weighs 1 kilogram. Our paper clip weighs 1 gram. Now, a fork is pretty light. I know if you hold a plastic fork in one hand and a hardcover book in another, the book is going to be a whole lot heavier. So I don't think that the book would help us. I would use paper clips because paper clips are pretty light, just like the fork. So if we go back, it says explain how you could estimate the mass of a plastic fork. Well, we could use a scale, just like they did here. Well, sorry, we wouldn't use a scale because the scale will give us the actual mass and we're just estimating. So we would use paper clips to see about we would use paper clips until we got about the same amount of weight or mass as the plastic fork. So I would use paper clips to get a close estimate of how much the plastic fork weighs. Number 6. Alright, let's look. It says, would you estimate the mass of a table using grams or kilograms? So again, if we go back up, a paper clip is equal to a gram, a hardcover book is equal to 1 kilogram. So if you had to estimate the weight of, let's say, your kitchen table at home, would you want to use a bunch of paper clips or use some books? We would use books because they're a lot heavier, so we would use, so would you estimate the mass of the table using grams or kilograms? We're going to say kilograms. Alright. And of course, because of kilograms, are not as much. So if we had like books, hardcover books at home, we could use them to estimate, and that would be in kilograms. But paper clips, it would take way too many to figure out the mass of your table. Number 7 says, would you estimate the mass of a comic book using grams or kilograms? So let's think. Now, comic book is a softcover book. Doesn't have as many pages as a hardcover book as well, or like a chapter book. So would we want to use paper clips, which are equal to grams, or would we use hardcover books, which are equal to kilograms? We would use grams, guys, because the grams are much lighter, and a hardcover book is already heavier than a comic book. So we can't use a hardcover book anyways. The kilograms are heavier than the comic book. So our option is grams. Alright guys, we are done for today. So now what you're going to do is answer your exit ticket that you can find in the link in the video description of this part of the video. And then you're going to do 15 to 20 minutes of iReady math. Great job guys. Can't wait to see you back here tomorrow for day 2. And remember, if you ever need help from any of your teachers, always feel free to reach out. We are always here and always available to help you. Bye.